All right, thanks for tuning in at home. Welcome to BODHI. My name's JJ. I'll be leading class today. We've got Casey practicing with us. We're going to start class on our backs today. So once you lie down, have your knees bent so the soles of the feet are flat on the floor, and your knees are going to merge together and your feet are going to walk out almost to the sides of your yoga mat. Let's take your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your heart. If you're comfortable with closing your eyes, let your eyes flicker closed and just do your best to become present. And take a full breath in through the nose. Feel the bottom hand lift, feel the top hand lift. You get all the way full on the breath. And open your mouth, let it go with a sigh. So catch the end of your exhale by pulling your navel down towards the spine. So you try to push any stale breath left in there out. And the breath comes flooding in through the nose, swelling the belly. And the diaphragm pulls down, it parachutes open. The breath fills all the way up right below the collarbones. And let it go. So hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. So we're going to take a twist to the right. Let your legs fall all the way over to the right side. And you can cactus or tee your arms off to the sides. And let's take a few deep breaths into the backs of your lungs here in this gentle, healthy, supine twist. So let's come to the middle. And your legs will fall all the way over to the left side. So for me, I like it when my knees are at least at the line of the hips. If not, you get more of a stretch in your lumbar spine the closer the knees move towards that left armpit. Let your right ribs drop down, that right shoulder's heavy. Let's take a few breaths here. All right, we'll come back to center. So knees over your hips. Let's reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Lift your shoulders and your head up off the floor. And lift the chin off the sternum. All right, so your arms are going to stay straight up, and we're going to twist your legs to the right. Think about bringing your left knee towards your right tricep. So really try to squeeze that left knee on towards the right arm. Try to get them to touch. And you can lift your hips up off the floor. Yes. Casey's enjoying this. All right, so let's come through center. Yeah, bring your knees all the way in towards your chest. Right? And now try to connect your right knee towards your left outer arm. And just notice if your arms are going way off to the right. Think about your arms going straight up, and it's just the legs that are doing the twisting. Yeah. Right. So we're going to come through the middle. Right. We're going to go off to the right side again, left knee towards your right arm. I'm going to add a layer on here for you. The left knee stays connected. Do or don't reach your right leg as far forward as you can. There you go. All right, so bring that right knee back in. Come to the middle. Right, and now let's twist to the left. Your right knee goes to the outer left arm. Wake up the toes, spread the balls of the feet. Now, your call, maybe, just maybe, the left leg shoots out of a cannon towards the front of your room. And this should tell Casey where we are going in class today. Say, oh, crap. All right, bring that bottom leg back in, come to the middle, and then just relax. Drop the head, hug the knees in. All right, come to tabletop position, however you'd like to get there. Walk your hands forward, just the whole tabletop goes forward, because I'm about to put you in plank pose. So bring those knees forward too. Yeah. So you got the shoulders right over the center of your wrist. And now your index fingers are either going to be parallel towards one another, or if your shoulders are on the tighter side, or if you have a carrying angle, you can angle those hands slightly off to the sides. All right. Tuck your toes under. Hover your knees right up off the floor, just a smidge. You got this wide shelf in your upper back. You've got the natural curves along the spine, the neutral pelvis. And your right foot's going to sneak into the plank position. The right foot just sneaks back. Nothing else really changes. Keep those inner arms lifting high, the inner shoulders lifting high, and then the left foot's just going to step back to the plank position. Plank pose. So our peak pose is going to be a twisting arm balance today, and really if you want to get good at any arm balance, you have to become really intimate with the plank pose, right? So everything that's on the mat pushes down, everything that's off the mat lifts up without rounding. Yeah, and you just lift up so much that you accidentally go to downward facing dog, up to go backwards. Nice. And you can fidget and pedal the legs out, do what you need to do, get all the fidgeting out of your system, start to move into stillness, just take up full residence in your body. So the whole circumference of the palms push down, right? Your heels stretch back away from the toes. The undercarriage of your arms lifts up. The kneecaps draw up. And as you contain those bottom ribs, drag your hips back out of your waist. Tail and the crown of your head pull apart. Nice. And then inhale, shift forward to plank pose. Crown of the head drives you to the top of a push-up. Right? So open up your feet almost mat width apart. And then keep both of your palms flat. Just swivel your heels to the left. Yeah. And then notice the weight in the right hand. It tends to get light here. Can you put more weight in the right hand? Get the sides of the neck even. And you should start to feel those left obliques wake up a little bit. Those left obliques highlight. Yeah. And let's come through the middle. And swivel your heels over to the right side. Very nice. Energy is drawing up the arms. Shoulder blades spreading apart. That right inner shoulder lifts up. There you go. It's just a practice of millimeters. All right, swing the heels to the center. Yeah, and then it's up to go back to downward facing dog. Exhale. All right, walk your hands towards your feet at the back of the mat. And if you are blessed with tight hamstrings today, put a big bend in your knees. Just for the sake of your lumbar spine, you're trying to get your torso flush to the thighs. And if you need to bend your knees, you do that as much as you need to. Take the hands behind the calves and just push the backs of your calves forward. Let the skull just drop. If it's not too much, lace up your fingers behind your back. Stretch the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Your arms will start to go over your head. And switch the lace of your fingers so that opposite pinky comes to the front. Palms seal together, and at the same time, you're trying to pull your hands apart from your outer shoulders. So allow your arms to release to the floor. Bring your hands to your shin bones. Right? Half lift, inhale, lengthen, extend your spine. And exhale, we fold. Right? Same thing, inhale, reach your heart forward, the shoulder blades draw back. And exhale, we fold. Half lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Right. Walk your hands halfway up the mat. So it's going to be a truncated version of down dog. Nice short variation of the downward facing dog. Bend your knees a generous amount. Now take your right hand towards the outside of your left leg. It can go to the outer knee, outer shin. You might get towards the outer ankle or the heel. Right. You can bend your right elbow to get some leverage to pull the chest through. Now keep some attention in this left palm. Right. The extra credit option, you would lift your right leg back and up without falling over. Casey makes it look easy. See, let's see how long she can hold this. All right, place your right foot down. Right. Take your right hand back where it came from. Bend both of your knees. We'll do the other side. So left hand is going to grab the outside of your right leg. So less demanding is towards the knee, more demanding is towards the heel, anywhere in between counts. Right. As that right arm stays straight, you can bend the left elbow for a little leverage. Right. And discern for yourself, decide if it makes sense for you today to test the waters on lengthening your left leg back and up. Yeah, that's about the same side from the left and the right, I guess. Place your left foot down, place the left hand down, and then go to your full length of your downward facing dog. Right, lift your heels high and tippy-toe to the front of your mat. Like you're just coming out of a long quarantine and you're just tippy-toeing your way out of your house. Bring your hands to your shins. Half lift, inhale. So keep the long spine. Bring your hands to your pelvis. Hug your elbows in and the shoulder blades apart. And stand all the way up to Tadasana, the mountain pose. You can relax your arms by your sides. Grounding down through the four corners of your feet, lifting energy up the legs. Right? The more you push the feet down, the more the spine lifts up. Right? Look out on the horizon, and then circle your arms out and up as you breathe in. Look up to the thumbs, and then go forward to fold your breath out of your body. Right? Inhale, look out. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. So let's get light on your fingertips. Right hip's going to grip in, and then your back heel and the crown of your head, they oppose each other. Reach your arms forward. Let's take a couple breaths. Sort of jump the belly off of your front thigh as you slide the side waist forward. Get as long as you can, and then it's over. Place your hands down. Right? Sneak to plank pose, and then lift up to go back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Right. Inhale, lengthen your right leg back and up. Bend your right knee, roll your right hip open. Doing your best to keep down dog in the shoulders. Very nice. Right. Now as you exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow. Left tricep, maybe left armpit. Yeah. Back leg. Nice. Three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. So just one breath. Inhale, reach your arms to the front. Exhale, place the left palm down. Reach your right arm high. A little twist. So we got a pillar in that bottom arm, the left arm. Right? And your right shoulder blade is going to push your right arm up higher. Yes. Twist around the ribs. Spread your chest open. Push, give a nice push into my hand and let that open your front right shoulder. Right, and it's over. Place your right hand down, step your left foot to the front. Inhale, extend your spine, look out, and then step your right foot to the back. Light on your fingertips. Right, tap into the strength of your legs and the support of your lower abdominals as you reach your arms to the front of your room. Right, and just turn the heat up a little bit here in the legs. Right. You know, the standing poses teach us how to engage the legs for the arm balances. All right, Casey wants to come out now. Let's place your hands down, step back to plank pose. And then lift up to go back to down dog, exhale. So leading with the inseam of your left thigh, inhale, left leg lifts. And then exhale, bend the left knee, roll that left hip open. Nice. And as you exhale, twist across your body, left knee, right arm. Let's take a couple rounds of breath here. Get out of those upper traps, periscope that neck. And three-legged dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward. So just one breath, inhale, your arms stretch to the front. Exhale, right palm plants, left arm lifts up. Little twist here. So just know that you can't really lift your right leg bone up high enough. That right femur bone is like getting embedded up into the hamstring muscles. And the skin of that left hip pulls back. And the front of your torso is going to absorb into the back body. As you spread the collarbones, spread the shoulder blades, go up, up, up through those left fingers, and then place your left hand down. Step your right foot to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, coil into the legs. Inhale, we rise, reach, look up. Exhale, pull it into the heart. Inhale, lift your arms up. Hinge at your hips and fold forward. Exhale. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Get your hands flat on the mat, all the way flat, and step back to plank pose. So pause and plank. Bring your feet about outer hips width apart. So just like we did in the beginning of the class, you're going to swivel your heels to the left. All right. So if you had a scale underneath your hands, that scale would be even on left and right. Now, we're going to raise the stakes. Your right foot is going to go on top of the left foot. Right hand stays down. Yes. Feel those left obliques catch fire. Right. Option 32, lift your right leg off of your left leg. Oh. Nice. Keep lifting the inner shoulders. All right, place the right foot down. Come to the middle. Unfortunately, we got to do it on the other side. All right, so swivel the heels to the right. Get the sides of the neck very long. Maybe the left leg stacks on top of the right leg. And then do or don't, left leg lifts off the right leg. That right inner shoulder lifts up, Casey. So nice. I know it's not easy. All right, come back to the plank pose. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So lift your heels up, please. And as you bend your knees, pull your hips way back behind your feet. Yes. Step or jump up there to the front of your mat. Inhale, look up, lengthen everything. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, reach, look up. Exhale, pull it into the heart. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, we fold in half. Inhale, open. Yeah, palms flat. It's like handstand in the arms as you step or go directly back through chaturanga. Exhale, inhale, roll over. Exhale, peel back. So as the outer arms firm in, those inner shoulders, they push out into that. Lift your head up higher than you think. Bend your knees, empty the breath. It's always an inhale up to the front of the mat and extend. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, reach, look up. Exhale, pull it into the heart. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale to open. Palms flat, step or go direct. Exhale. Inhale. Legs straight. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. All right, inhale, stretch your right leg back and up. Let the crown of your head drive the way to plank pose. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. And then bring your right knee to your left arm. Yes. Can you tack it on there? Huh? Nice. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. All right, drop the back knee down. Bring the hands to the hips. Scalp to the sky. All right. So let's find the front of your pelvis lifting, the pelvic wheel they call it, and then find the backs of your ribs lifting, the rib wheel. All right, stretch your arms up to the sky. So your right hand is going to grab a hold of your left wrist. Right? And really keep the front rim of the pelvis lifted as you peel yourself over to the right. And you're going to find length and elongation on that left side waist, left outer hip, intercostals on that left side, those little muscles between each little riblet. You got to stretch in that left serratus anterior. Even get a stretch in that lymphatic tissue around your left armpit. A couple more breaths into the left lung, into the left ribs. So digging some length into the side body will help us with these twists that we're going to play around with today. Right, you're going to come straight up to the middle, Casey. Here's the fun part. Tuck your back toes under. Right, bury your front heel as you hover the back knee. And now we do the same thing, a little harder scenario. Right hand, left wrist. Right, and go up and over to the right. Yes. Lift the inside of your torso up. And you just flossing that left side torso clean with the potency of the breath. You might be able to lift that left leg up a little more. There it is, but keep that sacrum releasing down. I know it's so hard. All right, come straight up to the middle. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands down. Step to plank pose. Pull your hips back down, dog. Exhale. Stretch your left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, elbow, armpit. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, step through the hands. Place the back knee down, hands to the hips, scalp to the ceiling, and just pause. Yes. So find that container from your pubic bone to your bottom sternum. Pubic bone and bottom sternum, the xiphoid process, they just are magnetized towards each other. Yes. Arms stretch up towards the ceiling. Right. So left hand, right wrist. Right. And you're just going to fan your right rib cage open. Create as much space on that right side as you can. Right. Just trying to target those outer right hip here. So yeah, let that left sitting bone, Casey, curl under into the hamstrings, and then pull that left heel back towards that left sitting bone. Yes. And we're focusing on space in that right side. We cannot forget about what that left leg's doing. All right, come straight up to the center. Curl your back toes under, please, and you're going to hover that back knee up off the floor. All right, so let's recommit to the front pelvis lifting. There's the pelvis upright. I know, that's the core work. All right, and now take the left hand to the right wrist. And then just go up and over. Yeah, keep the front pelvis lifting. Try to keep the neutral pelvis as you start to lift the back leg up against it. There you go. Last couple here. Casey is already sweating profusely. I said that P word wrong. All right, come straight up to the middle. Yeah, and then place your hands down. Step to plank pose. Optional chaturanga. You decide. If chaturangas get too much, you can skip them. I won't even know that you're skipping them. Downward dog. Lift your hips up and back. So if you notice that your armpits are like yawning here and your armpits are sagging, drooping towards the floor, think about lifting the rims of your armpits up. Lift your head and your collarbones up. Look forward, bend your knees, breath empties, and then fly up there to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hips drop back, arms lift up. Inhale to chair pose, and then push your shin bones down to stand up for yourself. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Hands to the mat, exhale, push the hips up with the hands. Inhale, feed your chest forward as you propel the legs back. Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over. Exhale, step your right foot to the front. High lunge, just one breath. Inhale, go for the goal, Casey. Exhale, hands down, step back. It's a long breath out as you bend the arms. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. One breath, inhale, go for it. Exhale, hands down, step back. Optional chaturanga. Yeah, inhale. And you can skip the chaturangas too, Casey. Just because I'm hovering over you doesn't mean you have to do them all the time. All right, bend your knees, look past your hands. How light can you make it as you get up to the front? Inhale. And exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Stand up, exhale, hands to the heart. All right, please step your right foot to the back of your mat. All right, turn your feet so their outer edges are parallel towards each other. Yes. And now, source energy from the feet up the legs. Lace up your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift the collarbones up. Right, and then keep the front spine long as you start to fold forward right down the middle. So I know we do want to ground through the pinky sides of the feet, but we don't want to let those ankles puff out. So we just firm those outer ankles in. Right. Backs of the legs lift. And squeeze those sit bones together as the spine falls out of the pelvis. Take a couple breaths here. Let Casey catch your breath. All right. So, let your hands fall down. Right. Now you're going to come up to your fingertips. And you're going to come up to a half lift in the spine. So, yeah, you can keep the fingertips down. Nice. And some of you might like a block at home. If you want, you can place the block right under your head. And we're going to take your left hand to the block. Right? So the work here is to keep the pelvis level. Right? And you're going to start to stretch your right arm up towards the sky. Right. So we have this tendency to allow that left hip to just sink down. So we want to hug that right hip in, and that left hip's going to lift up. There you go. Now think about twisting around your rib cage. So pull those front ribs into the back body. Yep, create length in the spine. The longer the spine gets, tailbone to the crown of the head, the more you can twist around yourself. Right? And it's as if those left ribs, they turn around the front of your chest and go all the way up beyond the right fingertips. Nice. See how it feels. Just slide a piece of paper under your left hand. So you really just use those internal levers in there. Can you get the hips? There you go. All right, now place the left hand down, place the right hand down, fold forward. Let the twist get out of your spine before we twist in the opposite direction. So, let's bring your right hand to a block, right underneath of the heart. Right? So it's the sacrum's flat. It's like if I had a cup of coffee, like I usually do. You just rest it on there, and it won't slide off to the side. Right? So keeping the hips fixed. Right? Start to twist around your ribs. Recommit to cinching into the waist. Close off those front ribs. And then you keep spreading the shoulder blades apart. And it's a very dramatic pose. Those right ribs, they turn all the way, around the chest and go up beyond the left hand. And that right hand, just let it hover there. And can you re-lift that right hip up? There you go. Space on that right waist. Pull your right ribs forward. There you go. And then it's over. Just fold. The head drop. And just dangle. Hands to the hips, please. Look up, stand up. Step to the front of your mat. All right. So feet they can be together. Right? And just let your hips sink back as your arms go up. So we're going to come to chair pose. Yes. Bring your palms to the heart. You're going to twist your breath out to the right. So your left arm is going to go outside your right leg. Palms will press. If you find that left knee jutting way out past the right knee, you're going to want to pull that left thigh bone back into your hip socket so those knees, they get even Steven. Right? And it's like those shoulder blades are flat against the wall behind you. So your right knee and your left arm, they take their vows. So they are stuck together for a while. Right? You're going to put all the weight in your right foot. Look down. Your left foot's going to sneak back into twisting crescent pose. Left foot sneaks back. Yes. So your right thigh bone, you can't really lift it up high enough. Right? And then keep taking that right greater trochanter, the widest part of your hip, back towards the left foot. And then the top of your head lengthens away from the back foot. Turn your chest open. Turn your collarbones up towards the ceiling. Right? Put your attention in your right foot. Look down. Keep the twist. And you're going to sneak that left foot right beside the right foot. Nice. And I know that right leg is probably talking to you right about now. If you want to put a cherry on top, spread your arms. And then it's over. Fold. Exhale. Inhale. Look out. Get the twist out of there. And then fold. Exhale. Drop your hips back. Inhale your spine and your arms up to chair pose. Right? And then exhale, twist to the left. Right arm's going to hook outside the left leg. You can get the elbow. Some of you probably get the triceps. Some of you might even get your right armpit down and around that left knee. Right? But let the weight go into the backs of your heels. Right? Knees are even. And we're going to keep this twist. As you put all the weight in your left foot, your right foot is going to shoot all the way to the back of your mat. A few breaths here. So energetically, the hips are going backwards. Your legs are going backwards, right? As you try to separate your spine from that. So try to separate your hips and your spine here. Pull the low belly away from the left thigh. Yeah. Pull the ribs into the back body. Smile your collarbones. Right, so we're going to throw it in reverse. Look down, arrest your vision. Right, strong left leg, and that right foot's just going to sneak right back where it came from. Very nice. Yeah, breathe your hips and your ribs apart. Maybe the arms spread. And then it's over. Fold forward. Exhale. Inhale. Glance out. Step or float back through your chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, right knee, left arm. Pause. All right, listen carefully. The back heel is going to turn into the mat. Your left arm is going to go up towards the ceiling. And your right leg, how high can you lift it up? Yes, use those right obliques. Lift the left waist up. Place your left palm down. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. Crescent pose. Inhale, come on up. Reach your left arm forward. All right, so we're going to go Garudasana arms. Left arm under the right arm. Yes. Lift your elbows up. Pull your wrists forward. And just, there you go. All right, so stand up at the front of your mat, please, and bring your left knee into your chest. Yep. Cross your left knee over the right knee like a lady at the dining room table. You're going to want to keep that right big toe mound heavy. There you go. You might wrap that left foot twice around the right calf. You might not, it's fine. Keep pulling your hips back. And can you drape your torso over that top leg so your heart goes towards the knee? Yes, and just hunker down with the breath. So keep the hips pulling back and just lift your spine up. So come back where you came from. All right, so see warrior three in your mind. You're going to unravel that left leg and shoot it back behind you. Yeah. I like a bend in that standing right leg. That can help to turn on the whole circumference of the leg for you. Lift your front body into your back body. We're going to go into the twist. If you can imagine that, place your left hand down to a block or to a surface. Take your right hand to your right outer hip and manually pin your right hip back. Right? And as those left ribs elongate forward, start to turn your left chest up and towards your right hand. Reach your right arm up. Yes. You're going in every single direction. You're going north, south, east, west. And then guess what? You got a couple more breaths here. Then place your right hand down, standing splits. Fold into that standing leg. So you have 5 breaths in standing splits. If you are an inversion junkie, you can use those 5 breaths and you can work for some handstand prep here. So the palms are flat, the arms are straight. Right. Light, controlled hop. Come all the way up. Yes. Make one leg up top. Bind your legs together. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little assist for a fun transition. You got to trust me, okay? Look forward. Bend your arms. Woo. Inhale, upward facing dog. How fun was that? Down dog, exhale. All right, inhale, stretch your left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee, right arm. Right. So the back heel is going to turn in towards the floor. Right arm is going to stretch up towards the sky. And your left knee is lifting as high as you can get it. Your bottom hip lifts as high as you can get it. Trying to keep this top waist flush with the ribs. Place your right palm down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, stand. All right. Reach your right arm forward. Wrap the right arm under the left arm. Move your elbows away from the shoulders and up. Right. And stand up at the front of your mat. Bring your right knee all the way up and towards your chest. Cross your right knee over the left knee. Squeezing your legs together. Pulling, hinging the hips back. And if it's not too much, you start to fold over your top leg, bringing your heart towards the top knee. Okay. And you just tap into the support of your breath. It's almost like you're just floating on a little cloud underneath that left foot. The breath gets you buoyant and makes it effortless. Yeah. Keep the hips pulling back and just lift your spine back up. Right, a nice, seamless, smooth transition. Untangle the right leg. Reach it back. Warrior three. Nice. Get big toe knuckle, little toe knuckle down, inner heel, outer heel down. Yeah, that left hip is floating on the left leg bone. Pelvis is level. And then find as much space as you can from the back heel to the roof of your mouth. Keep all that space. Lengthen your right side spine forward. Right hand down, left arm up. Yes. Padrita Ardha Chandrasana. Yes, doing our best not to let that right hip droop all the way down, but lifting that right hip up. Hugging the left hip in. And just think about lengthening the right side of your spine forward. And lift up that top lung. Lift up the left rib cage. Yes. Maybe you look up. Maybe you don't. Then place your left hand down. Standing splits. All right, so standing splits is great prep work for handstand. And you're more than welcome to just work that pose. All right. Handstand people, right? Hands, they turn into your feet, your arms turn into your legs, and that sternum's lifting. It's a light press down and a lift up. Press down, little lift up, bring that leg up. Nice. Here's this transition again. So you can flex your feet. Yes. Look forward, pull your chest forward, and then you lower slow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Couple breaths here. And give you a little assist since I've just been so mean to you today. All right, look forward. You can crawl, walk, or fly up there to your hands. Bring your hands to your pelvis. Look up. Stand up, please. Step your left foot to the back. 3.5 feet. Yep. So your left foot is going to turn towards that left corner of the mat. It's almost straight ahead. And that will allow you to turn your left hip point towards your right foot. Yes. So hands are at your pelvis. Your left arm's going to reach towards the front of the room. And then tip the chest forward parallel towards the floor. Make it as long as you can. Your right outer hip and your left hand, they are going in two different directions. Yeah. And now, most of us probably will benefit from a block right inside the front foot. Your left hand's going to go down, and your right arm's going to go up for a little big twist. All right, so see if you can feel this work. As your left hip is pinned, can you try to separate your left lumbar spine and your left hip apart? Yes, that left lumbar and left hip, they pull apart. Should feel really good. And let's push your top hand into my hand and let that assist opening the front shoulder there. So nice. All right, and it's over, just like that. Place your right hand down, please. Step your left foot forward. You can stitch the block. Drop the hips back, lift your arms up. Chair pose, inhale. All right, so lift your right foot up, lift your right knee up. Place your right foot on the left knee. So figure four chair pose. Yep, hands to the hips. Deepen those hip creases. Hinge the hips way, way back as the chest reaches forward. So to continue the theme of twisting, your left hand is going to either grab the right knee or the right foot. The foot's going to be a lot more. Now stand up, bring the right leg with you, and reach your right arm to the back, right leg to the front. So the most important leg to get straight is the left leg. We don't want the left leg to buckle. We want the top of that left leg to be pulling back. Yes. and let that right hip melt. Use your left foot to lift the crown. And then if you want to make things really interesting, your left eyeball is going to look towards the right thumb. Left eyeball turns towards the right thumb, and it starts to get windy. Look forward, lift your arms up. Place your right foot down. Ay, ay, ay. All right, step your right foot 3.5 feet back. So feet are like 3.5 feet apart. We want to be able to ground through the back heel. Hips are square to the front, ribs are square to the front. Right? Your right arm extends forward to handshake fashion. And then try to place your scalp on the front of your room. Yes. Just take a few breaths here. Right. And then think about twisting around your ribs. Right hand, block, floor, foot. Right. And start to roll that top shoulder behind you. Keep cinching in the waist. Right. So as this right hip pins back, think about lengthening the, yes, so nice. That right lumbar tries to separate away from the pelvis. The entire right side of your spine just elongates, elongates, elongates. Recommit to the back foot. And Casey, I bet your left thigh bone, you can plug it back into your hip socket a little more. Full expression, you're looking up towards the top hand. Pull those front ribs in. There you go. Push into my hand. And then it's over. Place your left hand down. Step your right foot forward. Drop your hips back. Lift your arms up. Chair pose. Inhale. So left ankle to your right knee. Hands to the pelvis. Hinge your hips back. That's what bends the standing leg. And just a little extra prep for that outer left hip, because we're really about to go to a big outer hip stretch here. So right hand, left knee, that's option 1. Option 2, right hand, left foot. Stand up, straighten your standing leg. Maybe, just maybe, the left leg goes straight. That left arm goes back. But I bet 9 out of 10 of us at home have that left hip hiking up. Put a little weight on that left sit bone. Let that left sit bone drop. Yeah. And push the envelope. Let's look towards that back hand. Yeah. Get uncomfortable here. Yeah. Don't shrink. Ah. All right, that's over. Just lift your arms up. Let's finish it off. Lift your left leg straight. That left shin bone lifts up. All right, and then place your left foot beside the right. All right, so here's the peak. You can step back a little bit. Just not a third of the way back. You're going to turn your entire body to the right. Right. Now, stand up. Stand up. Reach your arms to the front. So to the front of your mat. Yes. So try to keep your hips square to the long side of your mat, but can you turn your chest parallel to the front of your mat? Yes. In a good way, try to get your hands in the same line. Very nice. And now bend the knees, sit down, place your hips all the way on the heels. All right, kickstand the left hand, reach your right arm up. Yeah, and fan that right rib cage open. Use your exhale to twist that right armpit all the way down that left thigh. See if you can't get it in the armpit, that knee. Yes. And then plant the palms. Mm-hmm. Hug your outer wrist in. Now think butt up, chest forward. Butt up, chest forward, maybe 1 or 2 feet lift up. Yes. Get the legs very active. Now option here, you can lift the right leg up off the left. Go for it. Yes, maybe you shoot that right leg back like we did in plank pose in the beginning of the class. Ay, ay, ay. Come back where you came from. Bend the knees, place the feet down to the mat, stand all the way up, it's over. And do the second side now. So you can stay in the middle of your mat, and now we're just gonna turn to the back of your mat. Yep. So think about your hands going in the same line. So you're going to have to overreach through that left arm. Nice. Bend the knees. Take a seat on your heels. So right hand can get light. Lift your left arm up. Right. Create space on the left side and use your exhale to wrap your outer left arm all the way down the outer right leg. Yes. Palms plant. So think like chaturanga in arms. Move your forearms to become vertical. Right? And then keep the chest full. As the chest goes forward, butt goes up. Yeah, get those feet to participate. Keep lifting the bottom hip up. Maybe you shoot the top leg back. Yes. Stay up here as long as you can. Bring your legs together. Bend the knees. Crash and burn. It's over. Sit on your butt. You know what feels really good after some arm balances? Not doing arm balances. All right, so let's do a little bit of counter work. We're going to come to reverse tabletop, okay? So your feet are going to plant, knees will be bent. So your hands are going to go about 6 or 8 inches behind the hips. Now, really, any variation with the hands is fine. Your fingers can face forward or lateral or straight behind you. Whatever way feels best for your shoulder girdle. And then your hips are going to lift up, creating this shape of a table. So what we're after, we're sort of trying to get the pubic bone as the highest part of the pose. Yes. Right. Awareness to the hamstring muscles. And those hamstrings, they're moving away from the backs of the knees as your sitting bones move towards the knees. So you create this strong engagement on the back side, and your front side is only going to open equal to how much the back body engages. If you want the front to open, you got to engage the back more. Yes. Last couple breaths here. It's over. Place the hips down. All right. So we're going to progress from that. That option we just did is still there for you if you want to take it. Otherwise, you're going to straighten your legs. It's called the intense east pose. East refers to the front of your body. West refers to the back of your body. Your hands will be about 6 or 8 inches behind the hips. Right. As you point your toes, tailbone snakes towards the space between the feet. Front ribs, front pelvis magnetize towards each other. And this posture is actually like deceptively challenging and annoying. It's probably one of my least favorite poses, for sure. Yeah, place the hips down. Yeah. So keep the left leg straight, bend your right knee, place your right foot outside the left knee. Yes. And that left leg is just it scoots to the midline just to drop. Hug your right leg all the way in towards yourself. Yes, just take a few breaths here. So those of you at home, you're more than welcome to stay here and just work this, especially if your right sitting bone is hiking up here. You can just stay and work this variation. Otherwise, that lumbar lifts up. Right. Take your right hand behind you and your left arm up as you breathe in. And then use your exhale to twist, hooking your arm outside the right leg. Yes. So letting the weight of your pelvis release down as your spine lifts up out of that. Couple breaths here. Think up to twist. So let's let the twist go. You look straight ahead. Now, option 1, your right knee is just going to fall over your left knee for Ardha, happy cow face pose. Option 2, if you want, you can fold the bottom knee for the full hip opening variation. Right. If it's hard for you to sit up here, you can slide a bolster, a blanket, a pillow underneath of your seat. If it's easy for you to sit up, you can start to fold forward. When you fold forward, just be mindful to not let your hips lift up. So a lot of times I like to bring my hands down to the floor and then push the floor away so you really anchor through the pelvis. Yeah. And then get soft. Close the eyes. This part of our practice is just important, if not more important than all those strength, heat building poses that I torture you with. Couple more breaths. So start to plan your escape. Come on out. Shake the legs out if you need to. Let's do that same short and sweet sequence on the other side. So that left foot goes to the outside of your right leg. And that right leg just slides in towards the midline and drop. Finding the feet of your pelvis, aka your sit bones, grounded. As you just take a few breaths and just hug your leg and your torso against one another. And then to progress, kickstand your left foot behind you. Inhale your right arm up over your head. And then exhale, hook the right arm all the way outside the left leg. Taking up to twist. And a lot of the times we forget about our back body in the twisting poses. But let the awareness to the back body really deepen the twist. That left kidney wraps all the way around the bottom borders of your rib cage into the right side of your chest. Yes. Let this side go. Let's release. All right, so you got the half happy cow face pose, left knee over the right knee, and you're more than welcome to just keep the right leg straight. Right, if you need more, bend the bottom knee, right heel goes to the outer left hip. And if it's challenging for you to get a tall spine here, just work sitting up. Right, work the left hip heavy towards the mat. And if it's easy for you to sit up, start to just drape yourself right over your legs. Not letting the pelvis lift up, keeping those sit bones down. As you stretch your low back away from the sacrum. And get still, get quiet. Keep letting that left hip just get heavier and heavier. Just minimal effort to come out of this pose. So mosey on out. Untangle the legs. So we've done so many outer hip stretches. We're going to get a little stretch for our inner thighs here. So you're going to bring your legs wide apart to a V-shaped Upavishta Konasana. Right? So the toes are north, the kneecaps are north, and take the tops of your inner thighs and reach them out of your inner heels. Circle your arms out and up. Breathe in, look up. And then exhale, just gonna fold. Keep the sitting bones behind. Sacrum sort of nods you forward. Sort of imagine there's this beach ball right underneath of your low belly, and your low belly is sort of going up and rounding over the beach ball. And that should help, to not compromise that lower back. And just breathe some length into the inseams of your legs here. And if your head can get down to a block or to a surface, let it do so, and let all those muscles in your upper back just let go. All those muscles that work so hard for you to keep you up during the day. And use your hands to walk yourself back up. Feet together, knees apart. Baddha Konasana. So when your feet come together, bring your hands back how you had them, Casey. Lift your hips up a little bit and scoot your pelvis towards your heels. Yes. And from there, really drive your pubic bone down towards the floor. And let that lift the front spine up. Take your hands to your feet. Right? And doing your best to keep all that length in the front spine, start to reach your chin forward. Yes. And instead of just driving your knees down, can you shoot your knees off to the sides? Lengthen the inseams away from the hips. Because you do that, they'll start to go down. Let's walk back up. Legs go straight out. You pull your toes back towards your nose. Inhale, your arms circle out and up. And reach your chin forward to fold over yourself. And just let it be passive. Just let gravity do the work for you. And now let's transition to the corpse pose, the Shavasana. You just sit up, roll back. Sprawl out. Acknowledge all the hard work you did. Acknowledge all the effort you just put forth. And just bask in this moment of not working. Relish in this moment of not efforting. Right? And just allow this stillness to act like a medicine. To repair, renourish, revitalize, and rejuvenate every single cell in your system. Gently place your attention back on top of the process of the breath. You move the toes, wiggle the fingers, circle the wrists, the ankles out. And stretch your arms back over your head as your legs reach out in front of you. Get as tall as you can. And welcome a long, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And an exhale out the mouth. Bend your legs one at a time. Give yourself a little hug. Hug your knees into the chest. Drop your right arm behind you. And just roll over to the pillow of your right arm into the birth position. And with your eyes closed, you can use that top arm to walk yourself up to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall as a gesture of gratitude towards your practice. Invite your palms together at your heart. Just linger in the effects. And bow to yourself, drop the head. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste.